right, here we go. In 3,
You want to clap
2.
first? Good, bro. You don't need
I'll
to
figure
clap.
it out.
You figure it out?
Yeah.
Cool. Welcome to this episode, the newest episode this week in sports. One of my favorite times of the year. Playoffs happening in the NHL. MLB is starting. We'll talk all that. There's been a lot going on in the last little bit, including our Edmonton Oilers killing it. Right at the end of the season, we're coming off 8 in a row. Big W against the Colorado Avalanche in OT. That's one of the OTs that I actually missed the goal because I was so tired. I actually fell asleep. It was so intense, but those tacos the other night, bro, knocked us out. Me and Joel out. We were like watching the game. We were both like passing out and shit.
My secret ingredient.
Yeah, man. Exactly. I don't know what you put in there or what you drugged us with, but it worked. And but before we get to any of that, I have to discuss these Telus balls that everyone's been talking about in this city. So this dude got stuck in there, in case you live under a rock. This isn't fucking new. I did this years ago. There's proof on social media. I didn't get stuck in there like an idiot, though. I was able to get in there, get out, climb on top.
I think we all went in there.
You fit in there in that hole?
The hole underneath, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went in there too?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Is there photo evidence though?
I think we all went together.
No, because I have a few photos of me in there by myself, and then I'm the only one who climbed up to the top of that shit. So I made those Telus balls my bitch long time ago. I didn't get no recognition for it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, all you people here. No, but real talk, Oilers killing it. Playoffs coming up in less than a week here. Next time we do one of these episodes, we'll be coming off hopefully a win or two in the first round. We still don't know who we're going to play. There's still a possibility that we can win the conference if we beat the Sharks in our last game here, and Vegas loses against the Kraken in regulation. Then we'll be tied for points, but apparently we have more regulation wins, so that's a tiebreaker, and then we'll win the conference for the first time since the 80s, which would be freaking crazy. So that's going to be determined in the next day or two here. The seeding. We're either going to face. There's only two teams we're going to face. It's either going to be LA or Seattle, both of which doesn't matter which. We're going to have home ice advantage. So both games,
Nice.
yeah. So the playoffs start next week. They're both the start of the playoffs are going to be starting in Edmonton. We're going to have home ice advantage for the first two games, and if it goes to Game 7, it'll be here too. I don't know if it will. I mean, I have confidence in our group. I mean, we're coming off 8 in a row. And I mean, just look at these individuals that we have this week in sports, this week in hockey, this week in oil country. Connor hit 60. He has 64 now. My goodness. He hit 150. He has 152 now. Holy smokes. Give him some love for that. The 152 points. Are you kidding me? And it's still another, first player since Mario Lemieux to do it in the middle of the 90s. It's unbelievable. Draisaitl right behind him not right behind him, but he's second in the NHL in scoring with 125 points. He got 50, and he's on 51. So we have two 50-goal scorers and three 100-point scorers. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, give it up for the Nuge. Oh, who doesn't love the Nuge, man? He got 100 points for the first time in his career. He just played his 800th game. I mean, this guy, all with the Oilers. 12 years, all with the Oilers. He's gonna go down as one of the greatest Oilers of all time, the longest serving Oiler of all time. Hopefully, if he signs another contract here, that'll probably be his last contract. He'll spend his whole career with the Oilers.
Great kid.
He looks like a kid still. He's freaking 30 years old. He's my age.
Where's he from?
He's from Vancouver area, Richmond, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I always think of him as a kid.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He hasn't aged. If you go side by side, picture of when he was drafted to how he looks now, he just has a better haircut. He's a little more fucking done up now.
Yeah.
But he looks exactly the same. Like the guy that won't age. It's unbelievable. He'll look the same when he retires. I guarantee it. He still won't be able to grow fucking any facial hair either. But Nuge is the shit. He got 100 points. He's at 103 now, and he's one of the most beloved people in Edmonton. And you just can't say enough about what he's done for this organization. He's the longest serving Oiler, so he's seen the dark times. He was there for that. He was there for all of it, pretty much. and he's seen how many coaches, how many GMs. He's seen 2 different home arenas, as is McDavid and Dry, but he's seen it all, man. And the fact that he loves it here so much, and he talks nothing but good about the city and the organization, I love him for it. Give it up one more time for the Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Love him. So yeah, but next time we record one of these, it's going to be probably next week in the midst of the playoff pandemonium. You said the car's going to be good to go with the sunroof. I don't think it's going to be good to go in time, bro.
Oh, probably not.
No, we're going to have to make something happen out the window somehow. Because every year we've done it, we've had the ride with the sunroof, right? Back in 2017, I had the Jag.
Yep.
Right, so we did that. Last couple of years, we had your ride with the sunroof. So hopefully we get that up and running before we got there's going to be a long playoff run, so you got some time. But yeah, we'll be cruising around downtown next week, hyping up the crowd like we always do. I'm still looking to go to one of the first round games. I looked at prices. I'm not sure if they're actually officially released because they don't have an opponent yet. But to basically get them, they're $350 for the first game. And I mean, I don't think I paid that much for Game 7. I think I only paid like less than $3 for Game 7 last year. But anyway, if you have the money, it's totally worth it. So I may just do it. I may just grab. I don't think for the first game though. I want to go to like Game 5 or maybe Game 7 if it goes that far. But Game 5 would be dope. But I don't. I mean, if we face, may as well put the predictions on record here now. So if we face LA and we have home ice advantage, we played them really, really hard in the last 2 meetings. If we face LA, I say Oil in 5 if we face LA. If we go against the Kraken, I say Oil in 6. I give because Kraken they play a little differently, and we haven't faced them as recently as the LA, and we didn't go against them in the playoffs last year. I think we have a better idea of how LA plays, and we played them well. We played them tight. We played them patiently, as the boys called it. Kraken, I think, are a little bit of a different beast, even though they're lower in the standings. I think it'll be, since it's like their the first time in the playoffs or whatever. Yeah, the first time in the playoffs, I think they'll be going off. And the one game I went to in Seattle, when the Oilers were there, I mean, we destroyed them, but then they came back here and kind of gave it to us. So, yeah, I'm calling Oil in 5 if we face LA, Oil in 6 if we face the Kraken. You heard it here on This Week in Sports. In other NHL news this past week, some big milestones and some history-making records happening as far as other teams across the league. One of which sounds like a tennis player. The Bruins just breaking records. They have the most wins of all time. They're the fastest to however many points. They're just not unbeatable. I think they're the team to beat in this year's playoffs. They're gonna probably steamroll the first two opponents in the playoffs. The only thing that might be holding them back is the fact that they played a lot of hockey. They're veterans. I mean, they've been there. They've done that, though. So, I mean, it kind of counteracts that. And also, they have a lot of young talent that, I mean, that the rookies are learning from the veterans. And so the fact that the veterans played a lot of hockey over the years may not be that big of a factor. But, yeah, the Bruins, Linus Ullmark, I think he was, we all good over there?
Yeah.
No, it's all good. Linus Ullmark, the Bruins goaltender, broke a record for the fastest goalie to reach 40 wins. He did it in 49 games. He reached 40 wins. Just ridiculous. 40-9, basically. but it's better than that because he has some overtime losses in that. Fucking 49 games to reach 40 wins. Just incredible what the Bruins are doing. If we do make it that deep, I'm calling it Oil and the Bruins because Bruins are my pick from the East, no doubt about that. Other records that Claude Giroux for the Ottawa Senators, longtime Philadelphia Flyer. He hit his 1,000 career points, so good for good Giroux, a good Canadian boy, as my boy Don Cherry would say. And another good Canadian boy, Sidney Crosby, hit 1,500 career points. Give some love to Sid the Kid.
Damn.
Yeah, 1,500 career points. But it's kind of bittersweet for the Penguins, though, because this is the first time in 16 years that they missed the playoffs. Yeah, they made the playoffs 16 years in a row. It was the longest playoff streak in all of North American sports, all four more North American sports. 16 years in a row they made it. And this is the first time in 8 years that there's not going to be Ovechkin or Crosby in the playoffs. The Washington Capitals also missed it. So it's the turning of the fucking page, turning of the chapter, and who's going to take it? You know what I mean?
Boston.
But Boston's been there though. That Boston's already done it.
No,
Yeah,
yes,
Boston already won, right? So there's two Canadian teams that'll. Well, there's three Canadian teams technically in the playoffs. Winnipeg also made it, and I always liked Winnipeg, but since they swept us that a couple years ago, I fuck them. But I like Winnipeg more than the other Canadian team that's in it, and so it's the door is open basically. The legends are not in the playoffs. Crosby, Ovechkin, they're not. There's just a couple hurdles. The biggest hurdles to me are the Colorado Avalanche, right? But we beat them last night in overtime in a close fought game, good game, back and forth. Or not last night, 2 nights ago, or whatever it was. And then the Boston Bruins, right? Those are the two main hurdles for us to walk through that open doorway. So I cannot wait for the playoffs to start here. It's gonna be a heck of a ride, if it's anything like last year. Holy shit! The first game I'm gonna be down at Ice District, just fucking waving the flag, doing my thing, right, hyping up the crowd.
Yeah.
And we got to go for a crew. Do you know if you work Monday?
I do, yeah.
You do all day?
At least the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The latest you'll work though is what, like 4 o'clock or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so that could give us enough time to cruise downtown, and then you could like drop me off. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because the game would probably start at 8 o'clock. It'll be a late start again because they always give the Eastern Conference teams the 5 o'clock start, right? So it'll probably be an 8 o'clock start, and so that would give us enough time for you to come back, drop the vehicle off, take the ride, the other ride or whatever, and go hype up the crowd. Then you can just drop me off down there. Probably me and Joel.
That's the 17th.
That's the 17th, bro.
Yeah, I think I work until 4.
Fucking A, man. Okay, so that's gonna be hype. That's gonna be so crazy. So that's what we'll do. Fuck yeah. So keep an eye out for me downtown. I'll be down there for the first game. Maybe I'll go to the second. I don't know. We'll see what's happening, but I'll be down there for most of the games. Some of the games we'll probably have like, a watch party here or whatever, what have you, depending.
Yeah.
Depending on the day of the week or whatever. But I remember last year I was down at the Ice District for like half the games, and it's only $5 to go into the watch party inside of Rogers for the away games. So I'll probably do that a couple times too, right? I'll just be all around downtown this summer here. But moving on to the Toronto Blue Jays, they had their home opener this week in sports. And what a hell of an opener it was. We came back from down 3-0 against the Tigers to win it. But the real highlight that I'll never forget is Kevin Kiermaier with the most amazing denial of a home run. So the outfield of Rogers Center has been completely renovated. The dimensions of the wall have changed, and the height of the wall has been changed as well. So where it's gotten shallower in left center and right center, the walls have gone up though to counteract that. But center field has stayed the same distance, 400 feet, but they lowered the wall to only 8 feet tall. And Kevin Kiermaier, our newest one of our new players this year, he's from the Tampa Bay Rays, so baseball fans know him well. He always made some crazy catches against us as the Rays are in our division, so we played him a lot. He was he always just played amazing defense against us and took some home runs away from us at Rogers Center and whatnot. Sure enough, the ball gets hit out to him. His first it might have been his second catch, but one of his first catches as a Blue Jay in Toronto, sold out crowd, goes deep to center field. He's backing up. He jumps, puts his glove over the wall. He gets like 3-4 feet of fucking flight over the wall. You're not even sure if he catches it. Comes down, and then he puts his glove up. He's got the ball. Oh my God. We blew up here. The Rogers Center blew up in Toronto. It was fucking incredible. Like, who would have thought? You can't make that shit up. Where our newest center fielder, he's known for his defense, but the first play in his first game at home in a new uniform in front of the fucking fans and the millions and millions watching, he pulls that off. Oh, it was so dope. And we've actually got, including that come from behind win already this early in the season. The Jays, we have 6 come from behind wins already. Like, it's looking really, really good. And Matt Chapman, our third baseman, got AL Player of the Week. He put up like some crazy. He had like 12 RBIs, a couple homers, batting like 450 or whatever. His OPS was like 1,200 for the week. So he got AL Player of the Week, Matt Chapman. So we're firing on all cylinders. Vlad's making amazing plays. He won the Gold Glove last year. They gave him that award. Alejandro Kirk won the Silver Slugger. He got that award. And Jordan Romano, our closer, got the I can't remember the name of the award, but it's given to the best Canadian ball player, and he got that. And he's Jordan Romano, our closer, who pitches in the most intense moments to win games, is from Ontario. He obviously grew up a Blue Jays fan, and he's playing in the Sky Dome and closing out games and shit. It's just, you can't make this shit up, man. It's unbelievable. And I was watching two games actually happening yesterday in Toronto. The Raptors were playing in the play-in tournament. Basically, they had to win that game and then win another game to get to qualify for the playoffs. That's how the NBA does it. The 7, 8, 9, 10 seeds play in this play-in tournament, and at the same we were watching it at the bar, and at the same exact time, these 2 games were happening in Toronto, 2 tie games. So right down the street from each other. The Rogers Center is right down the street from Scotiabank Arena, where the Raptors play, and the Raptors were playing the Chicago Bulls, and the Raptors were up at one point 9 points in the game. They were up most of the game. They were leading, and then the Bulls come back and tie it late in the fourth. One of them takes the lead. Toronto takes the lead. They tie it. Chicago takes the lead. We tie it. Back and forth for the last 2 minutes. At the same time, down the street, the Jays, another come from behind win. They were down 3-1. They tied in the 9th. So as the Jays, I'm watching this live on 2 TVs at the bar. It's fucking, I was in heaven. The Jays were going to extra innings. And there was a tie game in the Chicago Bulls Raptors game. The Bulls go up 3 points. Siakam makes a crazy run to the hoop and dunks it, major jam. And I just kept like thinking, like, this is fucking great. Like, Toronto is nuts. Like, you got two games happening that are intense as fuck at the same exact time, and unfortunately, the Raptors weren't able to pull off the win, so their season is over, and that's unfortunate. But I mean, considering their season, they went around 500 most of the year, so they weren't really a favorite. But at the same exact time that the Raptors got, like in less than a minute, the Raptors lost their game and the Jays won it in extra innings. So what I kept saying to my friend that I was at the bar with was, this would be a crazy time to be in Toronto right now, because like downtown Toronto, people would be coming out from the Jays game hype, and people would be coming from the Scotiabank Arena, the Raps game, like bummed out. But if you're a sports fan, you're obviously following it at either game, right? Well, I mean, if you're at the Blue Jays game, you're obviously following the Raps. I'm sure they were giving score updates at Rogers Center there. But what a city to be in. They got the Raps and they got the Jays at the same exact time in these intense games. And, I mean, everything has to even out, I guess, right? The Raps got eliminated and the Jays season's starting, and we're looking amazing. The Jays are. And I'm super stoked for that. And the other team there, I don't think they're going to be doing much. Other baseball news, I guess. I got to give a shout out to my E-Town Riots, my baseball league that's going on this summer. We got like over 30 people signed up already, signed, delivered, confirmed. And we're looking to maybe even have more. So we might have 4 teams. There's a possibility that we'll have 4, maybe 5 teams this year. And it's going to be busy, busy, busy. Like, I thought I was busy as is, but I'm help organizing this. I'm trying my best. My boy Jeff's doing most of the heavy lifting. And shout out to Jeff, because the guy's killing it in the organization front. But I'm doing my best and as much as I can to. Well, what we're going to be doing this Saturday is we're trying to get as many people as we can, as many people as signed up as we can down to the field, and we're going to basically try to divvy up the teams as evenly as possible. So because we don't want any fucking blowouts. There's some really good players that we're playing with, and then there's, some players that aren't freaking MLB. No, there's no MLB crazy people, but there's some of these Latinos that we recruited last year. These guys can throw major heat, and I love it because like I'm not like crazy good, but I like the challenge. But the thing about our league is it's all inclusive, and we pitch to your ability, or at least we try to, and we try to make it fun for everybody. So there's all different levels of how good people are on the field, and it's always a good time. So that's the E-Town Riots. We I don't think we've come Sandlot Baseball League, I think we called it, the SBL. And so that, along with that, and the Riverhawks, the Edmonton Riverhawks, that I'm still going to be in the booth for this year. It's going to be a freaking crazy ass summer. Like, and then along with work, maybe I don't know. I might just have to. I don't know. Might have to. I might be doing Indian relay this year. So I just realized how busy my summer is going to be right there, and I'm like, holy shit!
It all takes a back seat to the Oilers, though.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. That's what I was saying to my boss today. I was like, bro, like, I'm not. If I have to go to a town, it's only going to be for a couple of days here or there. Like, I'm not missing the parties that are going to be happening here. You know, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Find someone else to go out. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a sip from the Coke. How we doing here? There's vanilla Coke. They only like sell it in cans around here, and I've been all about that shit. Are we gonna get fucking thrown off YouTube for this shit? No.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that vanilla Coke is delicious. It used to be a thing like way back in the day, where they released a bunch. Like it was a big thing. Like you get any size of fucking 2 liter, like any size of pop with vanilla Coke.
That's with coffee, though.
I know. Maybe that's why I like it.
Ooh.
Oh no, I'm a coffee addict now. But yeah, Riots, Riverhawks this year. It's gonna be fucking busy. Oilers as well. It's holy shit. It's gonna be a crazy Summer. Yeah. Now that we've gone through that, there was a couple other things, but I think they're just minor. Let me go through the Rolodex here. God. Oh yeah, Masters. Before we talk this week in sports history, John Ram somehow wins that. Kepka was leading it most of the way. I caught a little bit of it of the Masters, but I don't have TSN, like I said, because they don't have a freaking app for PlayStation. But Kepka was leading most of the way. John Ram comes from behind, almost seemingly out of nowhere. I mean, obviously he was in the leaderboard, but he wins the Masters, gets the $15 million prize for that. Cha-ching, cha-ching, gets the green jacket.
I weirdly saw him win. It was on TV at the parents' house.
Oh yeah! Oh, you actually see him win?
Yeah, I saw him win, and then I saw him do his interview for his green jacket.
With his, you seen the trippy, bro? So you seen that?
Yeah. I'm like, this looks important.
Yeah, I just see the highlights and shit or whatever. That's funny that you watched that. My producer's finally getting the other sports here. No, but it's been fun watching the Oilers and shit, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So last game coming up here against the San Jose Sharks, and Monday. Here we go. Here we go. But before I sign off here, couple things here in this week in sports history. Some things that I dug up. This week in sports history, April 12th, 1877. So if my math's correct, that's 146 years ago. Whoa. The first catcher's mask was used. I wonder how that looked. I wonder what was happening before that. Like, people probably died before that happened. You know, like a foul ball goes right back.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. But like, relatively speaking, baseball was still in its infancy in 1877. But it was still like, I don't know if I know the dates generally, like, it was still like 20 some years in the making. So how many catchers got fucked up without using a mask, right? April 12th, 1980, Canadian legend Terry Fox starts his Marathon of Hope run in an attempt to run across Canada to raise funds for cancer research. One of the greatest Canadians of all time, one of the greatest people. The guy had one leg, in case you didn't know. And if you didn't know, turn this off if you don't know who Terry Fox is. Guy had one leg, and he wanted to run across Canada, but the cancer spread, and he wasn't able to make it all the way. But unbelievable story. So a little love to the legend. And one last thing that I seen that's of some significance. April 13th, 2004. So 19 years ago. I remember watching this. I remember as a kid watching Barry Bonds, homer after homer. Freaking middle of the steroid era in baseball. Dingers flying out of the park. He hits his 661st home run to pass Willie Mays, which, ironically, was his godfather.
Willie Mays.
Willie Mays. Billy. Yeah, the guy with the beard. Now, Willie Mays, one of the best ball players of all time. Barry Bonds passed him with his 661st, and Willie was Barry Bonds' godfather. I thought that was interesting. I forgot that was the case, but yeah, who would have thought? But thank you for listening, watching, supporting This Week in Sports. Until next time, go Oilers, go Jays, go. Playoffs are going to be crazy here in oil country. You're going to catch me downtown. It's going to be fucking nuts. And I'm looking forward to this long playoff run. Until next time. Thanks, y'all.